Hello and welcome to the knowledge sharing series of School of Law, Shulni University. Friends, I am Dr. Nandan Sharma, Head of the Department, Law School, Shulni University. And today we have with us a very renowned personality, Sri Sandeep Dhaval, posted as Superintendent of Police, Police Headquarters, Shimla. I welcome you to the knowledge sharing series, sir.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Friends, as I told, Mr. Sandeep is posted as SP Cybercrimes Shimla. He was born in Amritsar and he did his BE, Mechanical Engineering from University of Nagpur. He also did his PG Diploma in Operational Management from IGNOU and stood overall first during basic training course at Punjab Police Academy, Philor. Also, he was conferred with the DGP disc in the year 2015 for outstanding performance of police duties. Very recently, he has yet again brought laurels to the state of Himachal Pradesh when he has been conferred with a medal for excellence in investigation by the Ministry of Union Home Affairs. This is the very first time that this award has been conferred to any cop in the state of Himachal Pradesh, and in August 2020, he has been conferred with this award. Really a very proud moment, sir, to have you with us on board. So as we have been listening, increase in the rise of cyber crimes, cyber cases across the country and also in this part of the country also. So before starting interaction on this cyber laws, I would just like to know, sir, that what is the recent trend now of the cyber crime and how our own state, Himachal Pradesh in particular, is faring or is gaining new trends in these cyber crimes.
Thanks a lot for giving me an opportunity today. I thank you for citing out my personal profile. As you said, the cyber crimes have taken a different dimension in this present year because of, I will say, because of the corona impact. The people have shifted more on the digital platforms, and the more they're relying on the digital technologies for the, you can say, for the shoppings, for the routine works, that has exposed and made them vulnerable to the more cyber thefts or cyber crimes, you can say.
Right.
You were asking about the crime scenario. I would just like to brief that in the last year we got cyber issues or cyber matters of the tune of 1,689 in the last year itself. But you will be surprised. This year, by the July 31st, only we have received around 2,000. That means we have already crossed the mark of the last year, whole year. So that there is a rampant growth of the cyber crimes. This is happening in the state, and the reason and the most common ones are the where the people are allured to share their personal details on the name of you can say revalidating the KYCs of payment gateways like Paytm,
Yes.
or moreover getting a cheap deals on OLX. That is a very common fraud which is going on these days. Please.
Okay. Yes, sir. So very recently, I think yesterday I was also hearing you on the FM also, I guess. So similar, you were telling there also that we have various allurements on the net that buy a furniture for a sofa for rupees 10 or this for rupees 5. So, sir, please elaborate what are these ads about and how do we get trapped in these?
Actually, dragging into any such scenario depends purely on two things. One is you are looking for a cheap bargain. That is a trend tendency is growing on among the, you can say, the youths is also being attracted to these all tech savvy. They look for the cheap bargains. And the second is always it is the greed to get the good things and by spending less. And minded, there's nothing like free or there's nothing like a cheap thing which comes on internet. It always make you to pay very hefty. In the sense that you somehow disclose your own personal details like banking details and the fraudster utilize that information to make you a cheat. Please.
Right, sir. So, sir, I would like to know that in case say we are using some unsecure Wi-Fi, say for example from my neighbors or from my friend or anything, so can they hack my username or password? And in case they do so, sir, will they be able to track my Gmap location using the IP?
Yes, definitely. First of all, I would suggest that no one should use any unsecured Wi-Fi's. By unsecured Wi-Fi's, for a layman, we understand that when you go to a railway station, airports, or bus stands, you get a free Wi-Fi without a password. That
Yes,
means
sir.
anyone can log in into that system and access the net. To be more small, to brief you more, actually, when we do some transactions or we do any internet surfing, so the data flow takes in the form of packets between the router and between the device. So, that is the packet which can be hacked. So that packet contains your information, your personal information. That could be your internet activities, means your browsing habits, or it could be your personal credentials like user IDs, passwords. So it is very much risky because when you are using an unsecured Wi-Fi, that makes you very much vulnerable to the cyber attacks. And yes, can somebody can access your locations? Yes,
Yes, sir.
definitely. Yes, definitely, because locations, there are two things to understand. Suppose we are using these days laptops also offer this facility of they tend to share your location with the browsers. So you might have noticed that the moment you browse something, you start getting ads or ad, or you can say messages regarding some. If you're searching for a hotel, then they directly pick your location and they send you the areas, hotels which are located nearby. So to save out of, I suppose, firstly, we never recommend anyone to use unsecured Wi-Fi. But still, if one wants to be, then they should firstly disable your location. That is, I will say the GPS that should be signed off. And the second thing is that you should use a VPN. VPN, that virtual private network, to secure your location details and IP details. Please.
Okay, so two basically takeaways come here from your first direction, that we should use a secure Wi-Fi and we must use the VPN for that purpose.
Yes, I would like to elaborate. Some people may not be knowing what is an unsecured Wi-Fi. So
Okay.
the secured Wi-Fi is one. Suppose there's a Wi-Fi and it has a password on it. So that means it's a secured password, a secured Wi-Fi. And you might have noticed when you go to railway stations and bus stands, there is a Wi-Fi which is open to everyone, so anybody can latch. So there's a whole sum of risk in that. One should always avoid using any financial transaction. I would recommend never to do any financial transaction on public Wi-Fi's or unsecured Wi-Fi's.
So just I would like to also take the basically the attention of the audience to a very simple thing. Sir, what precautions should we take during the e-commerce, e-buying, e-selling, everything? We are doing so much purchases and everything on e-commerce today, and also dealing with apps like OLX, etc. We have to share so much of our information. What basic precautions should we take as a customer?
Actually, we come across so many instances, so many frauds on daily basis. So I will just nutshell the thing.
Right.
First of all, you must ensure that you shop from a very reputed site. Reputed site means I think we all can make out what are the reputed sites, which have a brand name. You can say, and people usually refer to those like Amazon, Flipkart, Snapdeal. For example, there are many. But the more important thing to note in these e-commerce sites is that they must have their return policies. Return policies means they can, for the cases when the thing is not acceptable to the customer, then there should be a possible return policy to return that item. That is number one. You must always look for a physical address of that particular e-commerce site. Means there are sites which only gives email IDs, and so they don't give any landline number, they don't give any physical address. So that there's a doubt, you should come immediately conclude that it is a doubtful site. Then definitely the options like paying. See, there are sites like Amazon. When you must look into the sites working. Like there are certain sites which gives an insider payment options. Like you on the Amazon. There on the Amazon, when you visit and when you start to pay, it takes you to a Amazon Payport. Payport means the payment portal is made in that site only.
Okay.
So that is secured in many ways. So there are sites which takes you out to different sites. When usually when you are shopping on any unsecured site, that site will take you to a payment portal which is not existing on that portal. It is existing somewhere on another portal. So that makes another risky aspect to this. And the thirdly, more important is that it's a common thing that always look for a secure sign like HTTPS. That is, S should be present in the website address. The site should be secured. Please.
Right, sir. Thank you. So another very small thing, again, basic thing which comes into my mind, that we have so many apps, so many different mails or user IDs we are using today, and we usually think that we cannot make different passwords for everyone. So first question here arises that first will be how to make what features should we adopt to make a secure password, and should we use same password for different user IDs or mails, or we should have different?
See, when it comes to password, I think that is the most important thing that one user should always remember. That is safety of your accounts primarily depend on this aspect, that how secure your password. Yes, definitely. You ask for how the password can be made tough, or you can say so that it should not be cracked by the hackers.
Right.
I must, although it is difficult to do, but I must recommend that you must make a password at least of 12 or 10 digits. That should, please stop adopting the password like 5 digits, 6 digits, so that you cannot remember the longer ones. But it is recommended you must make a password of 10 to 12 digits. Again, the further to this is that you should use a combination setup of alphabets in the normal or caps. Then you can use special characters like percentage,
right,
exclamation signs. Then you can use numerics 1 to 0. You can understand. Now there's a question again: how to make a password tough out of easy one? Suppose my name is Sandeep.
Yes.
I have to make any one of these alphabet as a capital. So suppose I take S as a capital, then for the A, I am using at the rate sign. I am using at the rate sign, so that I understand in my mind that it is for the A. Now again, for N, I can go for the capital. Again, so to be more on easy side, Sandeep E, I can make any one of these capital. Then in the last, I can enter any digits. Like simply you can add date of birth as 1971 in 1. You can use exclamation sign instead of 1. So Sandeep 1971 can be written in number of ways, and you in your mind you know that मेरा password तो यही है Sandeep 1971, but I have made it more tough by using different signs like special characters and alphabets in the caps mode. Please.
So that means the length of the password matters a lot. Length of the username pass. So the longer it goes, the more strength it has.
Yes, I'm just adding to this is because usually the hackers also use a particular softwares. We know them as passwares, and they run a number of combination and permutations while working on the this password cracking exercise. So the longer is the password, then the machine, the software has to exercise more. So that is the key. That is the key.